Matt Paulson, we are on episode 5 of the Handy Homebrew Show, and we're going to continue our 3-part series on the different brewing techniques.
Right. Today we're going to cover extract brewing. Just a really short snippet, because really that's
all it takes.
That's all it takes.
It's a short snippet kind of a deal. Now, a few updates that we have. We're looking at some changes in kind of how we do our show, and we need feedback from you, the viewer.
Definitely.
One question Matt had earlier. Matt, what was the question you had about length?
Well, so you guys want to see some more in-depth discussion on some topics, and I think we're going to get there once we kind of get past this. You know, we want to get people into home brewing, but once we get into some of our discussions about mashing or about kegging or those kind of things, I think we're going to get some more in-depth
some
stuff
longer
in it.
videos,
right.
some more.
And I really want you guys to give us some feedback on what you think about length of video. You know, we try to keep our videos right now at about 10 to 12, maybe 15 minutes. Is that long enough? Is that too long? Would you rather see one monthly video where we go a 30-minute session of just talking beer stuff, and then kind of our weekly shows, just 10 to 12 minutes.
Just fun.
Leave us some feedback on our in our comments. Let us know what you want to see. I know we had some other questions, and I promise we'll get to those. We just want to make it through our first 10 episodes and really go through.
Trying to set that foundation.
Right. Set it up to where we can get some people into home brewing.
Yep.
I want to say thanks for all the international viewers.
Yeah, we got a lot of them.
Yeah, we did.
People countries I've never heard of.
Right.
America was one of them.
Thank you guys from the Grainfathers Users Group on Facebook. You guys are fantastic.
Love
the comments.
Got a big Grainfathers episode coming up. We're going to do a whole breakdown of the
Definitely.
Grainfathers. It's a cool little piece of equipment that Matt Paulson uses.
Yeah.
It's a real cool little piece of equipment.
That's about all I've got for introductions.
Something we've been trying, and again, leave comments below, but we're trying out this new segment called Sweat Shorts, which is our Sweat Shorts Editions episode, where whatever me and Matt Paulson are doing, we're going to film a 3-minute long of how we're doing it. It's nothing too in-depth. It's nothing too quick. We just want you to be able to watch on your cell phone on the way to work, something like that. So if you enjoy the Sweat Shorts, please leave us comments about it. If you want us to do a Sweat Shorts, we call it Sweat Shorts because I wear a lot of sweat shorts, and it's not very fashionable, but I think they look good, so whatever. But if you have something, hey, we want to talk about how to carbonate in a bottle. Boom, we'll cover that in a sweat short. Anytime we're doing something, we just whip out the camera, we film it, and then we edit it real fast. We get out sweat shorts whenever we can. We film the show on Mondays. It's posted by Tuesdays, but sweat shorts can come out whenever we got something going on.
Right.
So hopefully that can supplement if we want longer episodes. So we really got to hear from you guys. We got to know what's going on. So you said, Matt Paulson, we're covering extract today.
Today is extract.
Extract day.
Just want to go through a couple short examples of extract brew. The first one is probably the most simple, and we're going to talk about simple equipment as in a pot, as a bucket to ferment in, and a can of extract. Now you can buy these cans of extract, and they have pre-hopped, pre-flavored, everything done for you.
Condensed beer.
Right.
It's just condensed beer.
So all you have to do, boil your water, put your can of wort in, boil it, cool it, put it in your fermenter, you're done.
A couple weeks later, you're done.
You have absolutely no control over flavor in this.
No,
you only get what they want you to get.
Probably like an American ale, a lager, a Pilsner. Like you're not really making it that fun or exciting.
It's nothing that you get to control. Now the next step to that is you can do an extract where it's pure extract, and you get to decide the hops and the hop schedule.
Okay.
So that gives you a little more control.
So the hopping is the same process as a brew and bagger all grain.
Right.
Still an hour-long boil, and you put hops in at different times to utilize the IBUs and the acids in those hops.
Right.
But the wort has been condensed, and we're skipping the mash process?
That's right. You skip the mash process so you don't use anything with grain in it.
Okay. So we don't have
that for that particular brew. Now, what we're going to show in just a little bit is just a very simple way to do an extract brew.
Just countertopped. We're just sitting
right in your kitchen.
Okay.
Do it on your stove top, and you're finished. Now, there's kind of a line that that you can kind of cross with extract brewing, and it's called a partial mash.
Okay.
what you end up doing is you use just regular extract, but before you do the boil, you steep some specialty grains.
Oh, so it's like you're doing a brewing bag / extract.
Kind of, yeah.
I think that's what Broke Brewer Jimmy started out when he did his. He wanted something, so he added 1 pound of grain crushed.
Right.
Put it in a bag and steeped it like tea, and then added it as extract.
Exactly.
So it could beef up the profile a little bit.
Right.
So you can really start kind of evolving and fitting it to your taste. You got the extra hops you can add. You get the extra steeped grains.
Right.
Boom. Then you're in the brewing bag. Boom. Then you're into all grain. Boom. You got a brew pub. I mean, it's really just that fast. It takes about 6.5 weeks. Boom. You're a small business owner. It's not that hard. I mean, let's go. Seriously.
Yeah.
So extract is a really simple, convenient, protected way to get into homebrew.
Yeah.
Like, if you don't sanitize, that's the only way you can screw it up.
Right. Yeah.
Like, if you take your time to clean and sanitize, you're doing all right.
Yeah.
I can't think of an easier way to get into beer. That's how I got into beer.
Mr. Beer.
Yep, I got a Mr. Beer, and actually we'll use a Mr. Beer when we go upstairs to kind of show you the process. But little cans of extract and a boiling pot and a fermenter. That was it. I just put it in the cabinet when I was done, and then 2 weeks later, my yeast did its job, and I don't even think Mr. Beer recommends you take any gravity readings, which we will cover gravity readings in the future with a hydrometer. But Mr. Beer just says, give it 2 weeks, it's done.
And it's done.
Carve it up, have yourself a beer, and another week after that when your bottle's ready to go.
Yeah.
Super easy. Guys, you cannot get easier than extract kits. There are some cons to it, like you said, control. Right. You don't get nearly as much fun control. It's a little more expensive per beer.
Yes.
But, we don't make beer to see how cheap we can make beer. We make beer to see how good we can make beer.
Right.
Then we see how cheap we can make the beer.
Yeah, exactly.
And keep it that good. So there's a lot of cool stuff with extract, but this will be our second in the 3-part series.
Yeah.
Next week we hit the big dog. That's going to be all grain.
Right.
And all grain goes in all different kinds of directions. You got 1,000 different equipment profiles and all kinds of stuff. Pumps and gravity feds and 3 tiers and single tier and all those kinds of stuff. Yeah. Grain fathers and braumeisters and all kinds of stuff. So we're going to try to not talk your ear off next week.
Right.
But we're probably going to talk your ear off next week because we can.
Because we got a lot to cover.
Yes, we have a whole lot to cover. We're trying to teach you beer in like 12 minutes, and that's kind of hard to do sometimes. So I think...
let's go upstairs.
You go check it out?
Let's go check it out. We should have some steam rolling. Yeah. About ready to add our extract.
Now, when we're done, will we come back down here and do pints and picks?
Yeah, let's do that.
Let's do pints and picks after we go upstairs and do the extract. So stay with us. We're going to cover 3 minutes extract, show you how easy it is and all the equipment you need. You need a spoon, you need a pot, you need a fermenter, you need some yeast, hops, and more. That's it.
You're done.
So stick around. Please leave comments below. You guys know how to do the drill. I don't know what that was. What did I do that? Okay, like we said, downstairs, we're going to talk about a little extract process. Matt Paulson, you cannot get easier process than the extract process.
This is the easiest as it comes. Basically, what we've got here today is a can of liquid malt extract and a bag of hops. So basically, the process that we're going to go through is to make beer, liquid extract, and a bag of hops. First thing we're going to do is pop open our can. Throw it into our boiling water. Make sure you take your pot off of the heat when you add your extract.
Don't want to scorch the bottom.
Right. You're going to end up burning that extract, and you'll get a burnt flavor in your beer. So make sure you take the pot off the heat. Add your extract in just like the instructions say. We've got our brew posse with us today.
Everybody, all the animals are in here. The extract is actually taking the place of the mashing process that we've mentioned a few other times. Even the brew and bag process is a little bit longer because you have to get the sugars out of the grain at a certain temperature. This removes all of that. This has already been done in a factory, in a setting. You can get it in a jug, you can get it in a can. It's taken all that work and condensed it down for us. Right. So we don't have to worry about holding temps or anything like that. It's taken at least an hour, if not an hour and a half off our brew day. We get our amount of water boiling that we have going here. We pop the top. We pitch off of heat so we don't scorch the bottom. Stir it up nice and good. Once we have a rolling boil, boom, we're right into our hop schedule. It takes us about an hour.
Then you can start adding your hops. Now there's actually one step easier than what we're showing here. Is you can buy a can of extract that's already pre-hopped, that's already been done for you. So it's literally boil water,
pitch,
dump your extract, boil for 60 minutes, and you're done.
Boom.
I think some people even call it a 30-minute boil.
It might be less. We don't need to condense it as much.
Right.
We don't need to get hop utilization if it's already in the malt.
Exactly.
So the process cannot be easier to start home brewing. You're looking at $40 for a kit that includes the recipes and this little fermenter here. What we'll do is we'll boil this up about 2.5 gallons. It'll boil down to about 2 gallons.
Right.
With our extract and our hop schedule. You still got to pay a little attention. We'll cool it. We'll put it right here in a sanitized fermenter. You throw this under your cabinet. You cannot get easier. I mean, extract is the easiest way to get into homebrew.
Definitely.
Now there are cons. It's a little bit more expensive.
It is.
You don't have nearly as much creative control.
Right. You can't control it as well.
And your house is going to smell like wort, which your wife is not going to be a big fan
of.
Or your husband. They're not going to be a big fan of it. That's why I moved to the garage, because too much of that smell. A lot of steam, too. You get a lot of steam. It's like a witch's cauldron. But that's it. Matt Paulson, are we missing anything on extract?
I don't think so. To help cool this down, if you want to, you can make an ice bath in your sink. Pour some ice in there, a little bit of water, let it sit.
Whole pot right in there.
Yep.
Whole pot.
Cool it down just a little bit. Once you add it to your fermenter, top it up with cold water. Pitch your yeast when you're at about 72 degrees.
And then 2 weeks later, you got beer.
And you have beer.
It's as simple as that. We will go on and we will talk next week about all grain brewing. That'll cover our 3-part series of brew and bag extract and all grain. And then we're going to move on to bottling and kegging and carbonating and all that stuff. Then we're getting the nitty and gritty, Matt Paulson. So this is it.
The fun stuff.
Number 2. This is extract brewing. This is how we both started. This is how a lot of people start. So get out there, buy yourself a little kit online or something. Give it a shot. See if you like it. See if it's something for you. Thanks for watching. All right, Matt Paulson, episode 5. We just talked about extract brewing upstairs. Now we're back downstairs to talk about my favorite segment in the world.
Pints and Picks.
It's Pints and Picks. Now, today we got a special. We don't have a commercial beer at all. I don't think we have a commercial beer in my house right now. But we have a new recipe I'm working on right here. Matt Paulson, I'm not going to tell you what this beer is, but I will tell you what this beer is called.
Okay.
It's called The Wolf in Sheep's Clothing. This beer is called The Wolf in sheep's clothing. So what we're going to do is I'm going to let you drink on that, and I'm going to talk about our pick today.
Okay.
And our pick comes specifically from Matt Paulson himself.
I've seen this movie.
He has seen this movie. I have 400 over there. He's seen one of them. Matt Paulson is Americana. We got James Vanderbeek. We got John Voight. It's Varsity Blues. This is the best high school football movie there is. Tell me there's not. It's good, right? The Wolf in sheep's clothing. That is almost 7% alcohol.
I
almost
can tell.
7% alcohol. It looks really light, though, doesn't it? Look at that color in there. We'll get to that here in a second. It's a fun movie. It's a fun little, we grew up in high school watching stuff like this. The Program, Remember the Titans, stuff like this. This is a fun one. It's a little bit raunchier.
Yeah.
10. I give it a 10. A fucking 10.
A 10.
We all know Billy Bob. It's a fun movie. Pop it in with your buddies. Have a few hot wings. Relive your glory days back in the 1990s playing high school football. So there's our pick today. It's Varsity Blues. Remember, the trailer is, if they still got a trailer for this one, the trailer is at the bottom from IMDb. Shout out. Hashtag IMDb. Thanks, guys. Big sponsor of the show. So here we go. We got the wolf in sheep's clothing.
Okay, that's different. What do I say about this beer? Now, this is a beer that you brewed.
I brewed this beer. It's a recipe I've been kicking around, working with for a little while.
Okay.
It's what kind of aroma you get off this thing?
Well, not a whole lot. It's got a kind of a big malt forward body.
I'm getting a lot of cough syrup out of it, to be honest. There's a lot of cough. Okay, here's the story behind the wolf in sheep's clothing. I've been trying to brew a stout that looks like an ale.
Right.
I love stouts. I think they're fantastic, but I like to change things up. I've brewed enough chocolate stouts, oatmeal stouts, milk stouts are my favorite. I've brewed enough of those, so I was trying to recreate using certain mash temps, certain grain bills, a little bit of lacto at the end of the boil, trying to create that body and that vibe. I soaked it on a bunch of coca nibs. Every time I seem like I brew it, I mess up one aspect on it. And right now, this is the mouthfeel. It's pretty creamy for an ale. I mean, it's a pretty thick, creamy beer, so it's kind of got the mouthfeel. But right now, the profile, the flavor is not there yet. It doesn't taste like a stout, but not look like. Right. I know that's weird to think, but that's what I'm working on, Matt Paulson. That's what I got.
That's what homebrewing's all about. You get to try out new stuff.
Am I going to drink it? Hell yeah, I'm going to drink it. I got 5 gallons of it. I'm actually kind of drunk. This one is strong.
Yeah. That's the beauty of homebrew. You know, he wants to try a golden stout. You know, I mean, hey, why not try it?
Yeah, never had a golden stout. I figured I'd give it a shot.
It may not be very good.
It's not. It's not.
But
we call those late night beers. Those are the ones you drink at the end of the night,
right?
Because you can't taste them.
Yeah.
But that's a fun thing. And like we were talking earlier, I got Bill Rye, the saison guy, up in the fermenter still. Been playing around with the new recipe there. So trying a bunch of new stuff over the winter, and this is one of them. I'm going to say this one is a strikeout. This one's got a little bit of work to do, but I'm going to keep working on it. We'll keep this one reviewed when I get new batches of it going. We're going to get this one, Matt Paulson. It's going to be we're going to be one of the only homebrew groups that do our own golden stouts.
Stouts.
So Varsity Blues, we got the Wolf in Sheep's Clothing.
Yeah.
The golden stout. Anything else, Matt Paulson?
You guys just remember, we're not beer experts.
Hey, we're just beer enthusiasts. Thank you for watching. Doing the thing.